poems we read, the lives we lead. We have been meeting monthly for close to a decade to seek the flourishing in New York City. We hold discussions, critiques, readings, and conferences. Please give a warm welcome to tonight's host of the Redeemers Writers Group, Stephanie Nikolopolous. I hope I got that name right.
Thank you everyone for being here. We're so excited to have you here. I just want to give a short introduction. As he said, I'm Stephanie Nikolopolous, and I'm one of the leaders of the Redeemer Writers Group. And that over there is my co-leader, Nana Ekua Brew-Hammond, the author of The Powder Necklace. Give it up. So as we were saying, we meet about once a month, and we would love to have you join us anytime. We believe that everyone has a story to share, and everyone has a poem in their heart. So please feel free to contact either me or Nana for more information. And we're gonna get started now. And in the beginning was the Word.
My name is Ligea Alexander, and I'll be reading The Penniless Writer. Why do we write? These pages on which the words bear my pain, my struggles, my transgressions. They may be white, blue, black, red, or yellow, but never green. They will never be green. The color, not of my mood, or maybe the sweet candy apple that my lips wish to kiss, but of my rent. The bills for the water that would so scarcely hit my back as I'd wash away my dreams. The color that would turn the turnstile to a world filled of voices, the loudest ones muffled and snuffed out by fear and insecurity, overthrown by familiarity and inconsistency. So why write? Why join the masses of books made from dreams recycled and exploited? Why write to be overlooked, overscrolled, copied, and refurbished? As if we didn't know. This is my question. For me, I write because when I look at you, dear reader, I see your soul. Your eyes telling stories of the pain you wish to forget, the life you wish you had, the love you wish to see again, and the forgiveness you yearn for. I write for your hope and mine. In a world whose cup overflows with hopelessness, whose promise of happiness and splendor is either stolen, broken, or sold to the highest bidder. I write because at my fingertips bears truth for the verbally crippled and emotionally indisposed. I write for life because the color of the paper could never be enough. It can never be green or red or purple, because our lives, often presumed to be colorful or colorless, is priceless. Not to be bought or sold, not to be bought, not to be sold or traded for, but to be shared. I write for you.
My name is Tricia Clarke, and my poem is Lies. Words can change your life. One word changes your life forever. Place and space commingle with its phonetics, firmly implanting it in the consciousness. Beige chairs, beige carpet, gray walls, sitting, standing, pacing. What's next? What now? Names calling, feet shuffling, hearts dropping. Staring at the television, trying to focus on who's the millionaire now, seeking to escape the monotony, the terror, the fear. Sitting surrounded by the fashion conscious, only this group will never appear in a fashion magazine, nor walk the runways of Milan. The scene passes in beige, black, and white. Scarves wrapped around heads. Baseball caps fitted tightly, threatening to cut off circulation for fear that a fake strand will peek through. Wigs placed askance, a reflection of what once was. The fashion statement of the year, bald. Finally, a name is called. Hello. Yes, you're in the right place. Wear this, go straight, stop at the door. Show your hand, hand in the form, wait. Soon, a second time, the name is called. Arise from the seat in slow motion, trying to delay the inevitable. He woos her in, as he does everyone. The nurse lingers, they settle in. Like a staccato symphony, he began. Stage, grade, surgery, another one. Wednesday, 6 days away. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can't harm me. A childhood lie that still reverberates through the generations. Tears blurring vision, the overflow is inevitable. Down cheek, chin, neck. A puddle forms in the chair. Silence. Some words lull you to sleep. Others make you stand, riveted to the spot. One word changes your life trajectory forever. Thank you.
Hey everybody, thanks for being here. My name is Paul Klenk, and the poem I wrote is about people watching in New York City. It's called A Reader at Home in Middle Earth. Some people look like their dogs, some like their spouses. You see they belong together and you smile. This subway rider looked like and belonged to his thick book. Ginger hair pulled back in a tail away from his ruddy baby face, matching his scruffy beard. Youthful and burly, rustic and earthy, dressed for the outdoors in a jacket and a pale red flannel shirt. Not yet spoiled by city life, innocent, unadventured, but poised to begin, clutching his treasured story in readiness. What was that book to him? Fiction? History? Autobiography? No clue from his silent eyes. The exact same glacial gray slate blue as the dust jacket, subtitled, An Illustrated Edition of the Fantasy Classic. I smiled, too polite to steal the pic I wanted, of the normal-footed man I spotted on the one train, reading The Hobbit. Thank you.
Alrighty, hey poetry fans. My name is L.R. Laverde-Hansen, and this poem is Obscene the Dream. Obscene the dream to change one's life entirely, irrevocably. Never fall back again. Never quit until the dream's no longer obscene. To rip out and rearrange the stars as they have been set for you is to tempt the gods to fury and provoke plagues and thunderbolts to descend and add to your current troubles. But maybe such a dangerous will is part of a truer destiny. Maybe the bigger picture demands a bigger change. And that which others say is the only way for them. When in the darkest plight, indeed the lion's den, when in the pit of struggle and hopes appear so thin, there is an inner pool, a voice that leads one out. From harsher hells than this, it guides the way throughout. This voice, this force, this light may come from other place, but within it makes the change that leads one toward the grace. Something moves the normally meek, something calls on the wavering ones and justifies the schemes and dreams. No matter how steep the climb, no matter how deep the hole, no spirit stop the ceaseless fire No night suppress this radiant soul. Sometimes death in life is preferable to the burial of a dream. I'm gonna do one more. And this one is especially for everybody who is at, over, or nearing 40. I love this one. Remembrance. Alone we will walk in the streets that sing, and hardly will the sunlit shadows pass, when thoughts of fallen times might draw tears. Tears for the vanished days of vibrant youth, and angry tears for what is worse today. But though we cried for what we could not change, it's better to reflect on what we've gained, that only came from living out a life, with all its errors, shames, and silly terms, which somehow brought us to this special path, so close together in a rapturous dance, in perfect timing with these streets that sing. Thank you, everyone.
Hey, thanks everybody. I'm Lancelot. That's my real name, Lancelot. This poem is called Mother of Exiles. It comes from a book of poems entitled Inconveniences Rightly Considered, which actually today is free wherever you get your ebooks. So that book is Inconveniences Rightly Considered, and this is Mother of Exiles. 800. Their open mouths similarly sing songs we all know, though know not. Their tongues, they show no face cards. Nimble, demure go ghosts of the mind of God, mad sod made sad. Triangle eyelids, squares and trundle sides, but they're still eyes, you know. Stopping together, they see as one. Smell as one, though misshapen besides, share the same tastes, touching race to race. Liberty regal, my crimes are crude forms of your name. Languages languish, lampposts made, fence posts made into metal pikes masked by barbs and whatever the shipyard itemizes for cordoning cows. Killing clouds and roosting with pigeons, unrich and sundry, your overture oxidized, olive and sickened, remembering tyrant Napoleon, moneyed, whose citizens ceded Celeste to us in the form of a figure with flair for the gracious, his Frenchmen entrusted freedom to us. As a strike at his reign, as a slap on his chin, and the chauvinist of Chauvin, they chafed, cause they ruled. Perhaps it is time we handed the torch to some budding statehood of freedom, to places now warming, their playboys deserted to United States, knighted for evils done in her name. Dead are the ways hospitable Yanks hosted each other in the wake of the voyage. We opened borders at the start, so we'd found this state of migrant pilgrims who had dreams, pilfered dreams of mixed race babies and the peace they imply. We did it at the start. Will we do it again? Can we become a nation on pilgrimage and leave our little bit of land? Thanks.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Ellen Stedfeld, and I will be reciting today's poem. The finest words can't quite convey, but they ascribe a certain meaning to my being. These wayward thoughts that I endeavor to transcribe, thereby imbue a subtle sense of satisfaction, gaining traction, stirred to action, and indeed, here all we are, aloud, inviting understanding by our standing and by standing, by this here stand, whereby my gleaning the smallest moments of so many wandering walks becomes collective contemplation through your kind consideration. So please do discuss what notions swiftly stoke your minds to motions. Okay. So please do describe what motions swiftly stoke your mind to motions, as these phrases may evoke equipotent emotions as a resonating, resulting reaction in our talks. Thank you.
He must think I'm short. Thank you. Hi, I'm Amelia Thompson, and I'm sharing Rejoicing. Tim loved life and was intrigued by its melody. He loved the way life created life in front of his eyes. Loved to watch life emit rays of love, dance, and laughter, and at the right pitch, meet notes of hate, pain, and sadness, creating this harmonic discourse of life, Tim's favorite place. Tim was a thief and even stole the 5th letter of the alphabet. He hid it up his sleeve and said without it, he was incomplete and fading, like life's melody with no beat. See, Tim had all the right shines, but as of late, he was ashy. Life's melody intrigued and touched him so deeply it left fingerprints, like living outlined by chalk lines. But he determined to make good use of the residue. Yes, today, he sang as the melody played on. See, he was expecting that his search was ending. Yesterday, he wanted to own the pen that drew the box that he X'd himself into. He assumed it had the power to determine who he was and to define who he was. And he no longer wanted to live confined to the ink lines of another. He even went in search of a door that he could walk through, crawl through even, to be seen as a man in their eyes, driven by a peculiar sensation, not knowing he couldn't be integrated into a mentality. The melody, interrupted by a sour note, but played on. And Tim, he was no longer searching. He was rejoicing. Remember, he had something up his sleeve. And with that stolen E, T-I-M, was time, T-I-M-E, and time was singing. Singing because the sadness is deep, but the opportunity to overcome yesterday is sweet. Singing to make the most of today. Time will not only tell, but it certainly will sing of what you and me do with what wasn't bought free. In this imperfect harmony, I sing. Yes, today. Yes, today. Will you sing with me?
Hi everyone, my name is Yuna and I'll be reading about the news. At our crossing of roads, at this intersect, web of the whole wide world, kingdoms at our fingertips swirled, seeing our differences reflected in our sameness. The good news, fake news, circulate or navigate, light of day and watchman's night, shades of gray, horizon sight. Slave and alien, homeless refugee, history rewrites itself from Bethlehem. Black, Muslim, every size and shape and color, byproducts and dross of trumped-up empire. How could he have risen to curse and condemn? But it's difficult when it took Noah's flood for there to be an olive branch, a dove, and a rainbow. The good news, fake news, yet we suspend disbelief, remembering Abraham and Mother Mary's pondering, treasuring everything given and envisioned, rainbows of race, sex, politics, seeing the other, though seeing in part, celebrating self and place, safe space, to question, learn, and unlearn. I want to marry my lenses together, the people I met, the separate views from their rooms, but sometimes it's one or another, no easy way to navigate. But it's enough to appreciate our own special places, majestic mountains, fruited plains, lights on hills, shining sea to sea.
Hi, again, I'm Stephanie Nikolopolous, and thank you for being here. This is our last poem, and if you couldn't tell from my last name, I'm Greek, so this is a Greek poem. It's called Protomayia. All winter long, we bought our flowers from supermarkets and sidewalk vendors, perched them in sooty high-rises, looking at the moon, pearlescent over the Parthenon. After tenuous days pushing paper and balancing numbers while the IMF shattered souls. The word work, my father reminds me, is the same word in Greek for slavery. Close the shops and close the factories. Pick up your pretty signs of protest. We are on strike. We demand our rights. We win Sundays off and gather together under a blue dome, singing and kissing saints and each other, citizen saints looking for breaks in the chains of bondage. Then Monday, we pull our warm caps over our heads, beginning our week over again. The never-ending cycle of our modern lives, fueled by Arabica beans boiled in a briki. But today, we will awaken with the sun rays, piercing the dawn, make our exodus out of the bustling cities and pilgrimage back to our villages. We will shake this winter from our ancient bones, dance in the olive groves. We will wear white peplos, pick wildflowers straight from the sweet earth herself, fashion them into wreaths, those never-ending loops we place upon our heads. We are crowned with Stephana, brides, heirs. Nothing can hold us back. The old is gone. It is a new day, a new month, a new season, floriferous May. The lilies toil not, yet grow in adornment. So consider our great work beyond our work. Let's build a kite, a kaleidoscope of hues, and soar it heavenward. Our eyes looking toward endless, vastless freedom as we stay on the narrow path.
One more time for Redeemers Writers Group. You guys were awesome and amazing. If you guys are a part of any coalition, if you guys are part of any group, please stay, support the next readers up. We still got a great group of people coming up. It's only a couple more. Next up to the stage.